Hello all, we're going to be talking to our Shad today a little bit about StrongAuth.
Hi.
Hello. Can you tell me a little bit more about who is StrongAuth?
So StrongAuth is a Silicon Valley based company, and what we do is we focus on encryption and key management, public key infrastructure, symmetric key management systems for protecting sensitive data.
Okay. And what do you guys do specifically, or what are some of your products?
So our flagship product is the Key Appliance, and this appliance is used primarily for payment card industry data security standard protection. The regulation PCI DSS is used to protect credit card numbers, and our appliance allows you to send in the credit card numbers into the Key Appliance where it gets encrypted, tokenized under very strong security that actually exceeds PCI DSS requirements, and sends a token back to your application. The advantage of this is the application is no longer in scope for PCI DSS encryption and key management requirements because neither your application has the data, nor the key, nor is it performing cryptography. Another product is the PKI appliance. The PKI appliance is used to stand up public key infrastructures for issuing large volumes of digital certificates that can be used for strong authentication, secure email, and lots of business uses for protecting data and access.
Okay. What are some business problems or requirements that StrongAuth has to solve for their clients?
So one of the more interesting problems that we've addressed is for one of United States' largest telecommunication companies and their Wi-Fi network. They have about 50,000 Wi-Fi access points all over the country providing Wi-Fi services to their customers. And in order to secure the data that's traveling over the air into their Wi-Fi access point, they install digital certificates on these access points. But because the access points are sometimes in insecure locations, they needed to have very short durations of certificates. So we designed and stood up PKI that issues more than 1 million digital certificates per year, where the certificates are rotated every 10 days. So that was one very interesting project. Another is one that we did for one of the largest e-commerce companies in the United States, where they create a market for tickets, event tickets like sports tickets, opera tickets, music shows. And the tickets are PDF documents that are stored on the network. We built something called a data encryption infrastructure that actually allows the company to protect the file as it comes into their network and remains encrypted until the ticket is actually sold. This allows the company to protect content that's worth more than $300 million on their network and yet get sub-second response time from this data encryption infrastructure.
Okay. Who are some of your current clients and how do they feel about your products?
I think all our customers feel wonderful about our products, otherwise we wouldn't be getting them back as repeat customers or getting their support contracts. A military organization in North America, a central bank of a country, a Middle East nation, one of the 3 largest telecommunication companies in Asia Pacific, one of the largest telecommunication companies in the United States of America, one of the largest e-commerce companies, a Fortune 50 company, and dozens of small and medium businesses that are in the business of protecting credit card numbers or sensitive data.
Who are some of the companies that you compete against?
We compete against some of the biggest and best known companies in the world: RSA, Thales, SafeNet, Protegrity, Voltage, Vormetric, Townsend. These are some of the companies that we compete with, but we also work with them sometimes because our products integrate hardware security modules, and as such we have to buy these hardware security modules from some of these companies. So a couple of these companies are our partners, but we also compete with them on other products. So in the end, customers get the value that they want from StrongAuth, but they get the best of breed solutions.
What differentiates your company from these competitors?
Two words, open source. We are a company whose philosophy is 100% built around open source. We use only open source technology as much as we can to produce our products, and all the technology that we produce and deliver is also open source. So customers, when they buy our appliances, they are actually paying for a service that we produce to integrate all this open source into a package, but they are not restricted from doing what they want with the solution that they purchased. Of course, they still have to comply with the terms of the open source license, but most of these licenses give them very broad privileges with what they can do. Second, because of the use of open source, the cost of our solution is probably the lowest that you will find in the industry. We actually guarantee that if there are products on the internet anywhere in the world that can deliver what we deliver at a lower price, we will give our products for free to the customer. In 3-4 years, ever since we've had this guarantee on our website, not a single customer has taken advantage of it.
I understand that StrongAuth is very passionate about the RC3 architecture. Could you get a little bit into what it entails and what's so great about it?
Of course. So cloud computing is probably one of the biggest things to happen to our industry. There's a lot of excitement and noise around it right now, but the smart money is being a little cautious about it because of the security issues, and as they should. What regulatory compliant cloud computing, RC3, the acronym, is a concept that we created that allows companies, any company anywhere in the world, to use a cloud anywhere in the world for storage and computing, but comply with data security regulations in their home nation or any other nation, and secure all of the data that they are storing in the cloud with absolutely rock-solid security. The RC3 architecture is a way of developing applications to enable strong security even if you're using public clouds like Amazon, Azure, or any other cloud anywhere in the world. It doesn't absolutely require our technology, but we have actually made it easier to build RC3 applications with our technology. IBM on their website actually promotes our architecture in 5 different languages. So if you go to IBM Developer Works and search for regulatory compliant cloud computing or RC3, you should run into our paper. Of course, you can also find it on our homepage.
Nice. What value can you give to companies that do partner with you?
Guaranteed delivery within a fixed time frame and guaranteed cost, because we always engage in fixed bid projects. There are no cost overruns, there are no duration overruns on our projects. We only do one thing, cryptographic key management, so we are able to focus with laser-like precision on how to execute those projects as quickly and as cheaply as possible. Value-added partners will find that there are lots of business services that companies need around the cryptographic key management. It's not our focus or interest to get into those business processes or business applications. So partners, resellers, system integrators will find lots to do around what we've got, while we're taking care of the more complex and hard to do things inside their infrastructure.
Okay. And more of a personal question, but why do you do what you do?
I think it's because it's intellectually the most stimulating thing I've come across in 27 years of working in the IT sector. I've done lots of things: IT architecture, database administration, sysadmin work, application development, and while I love developing applications, cryptographic key management is one of those things that actually brings all of these different things together. In order to use cryptography effectively and securely, and yet make it cost-effective for companies and easy for people to use, you have to bring together a number of disciplines and balance all of these disciplines to make sure that the solution you're delivering works for everybody. And that's what I find fascinating with PKI, or cryptographic key management.
Nice. And lastly, why should we pick StrongAuth?
because we're the only ones who will deliver open source technology at a price that is lower than anybody else's and allow you to use innovative ideas that none of our competitors are advancing out there. Our ideas are generally years ahead of their time. Working with us, we are able to solve problems in ways that none of our competitors can.
Nice. Well, I just want to thank you for taking the time to do this interview with us, Arshad. We will contact you.
Thank you.